Кілька тижнів тому міністр імміграції Джейсон Кенні в українському домі імені Тараса Шевченка в Торонті проголосив, що уряд Канади зобов'язався надіслати 500 спостерігачів на вибори до Верховної Ради в Україні.
В останній хвилині скликаній презентації 9 серпня уряд Канади оголосив, що Канада буде посилати близько 500 спостерігачів до наступних виборів у Верховній Раді в Україні.
We are here today to reinforce the Government of Canada's continued support for democratic principles in evolving democracies such as Ukraine. Our belief in the fundamental values of freedom, democracy, human rights, and the rule of law underscores Canada's long-standing and particular support for freedom and democracy in Ukraine. I should point out, Ukraine is the only European country where we have an ongoing CETA development commitment because we believe so much in the importance of this. We have had a long and proud history of providing observers to countries to ensure free and fair elections, countries all around the world. Now, leading up to Ukraine's parliamentary elections on October the 28th of this year, I am pleased to announce that the Government of Canada will be sending 500 observers to help monitor the procedures of the election and observe voting day conditions. This will be, I believe, by far the largest election observer mission in the world being sent to these Ukrainian elections.
Місія включатиме довгострокових і короткострокових спостерігачів та буде організована Канадем і ОБСЄ.
Canada's electoral observation mission is an important contribution that showcases our democratic values and that will help the Ukrainian people to have confidence in the results of their elections. It will take place over a period of 8 months ending in early 2013. Our two countries are both richer for this connection, and I'm certain it will continue to prosper.
Для майбутнього встановлення демократії і прав людини в Україні, як і історична місія під час президентських виборів 2004 року.
Canada is proud to be working with Ukraine to strengthen its democratic process. For more than 20 years, we have provided support to Ukraine in its economic and democratic development, continuing to strengthen the many ties that bind our two countries. However, we are disturbed by the deterioration of democratic conditions in Ukraine, which we believe undermine democracy and the rule of law. That is why recently, in early July, I traveled for my third visit this year to Ukraine to monitor the appeal process for Ms. Yulia Tymoshenko at Minister Baird's request. Canada urges Ukraine to respect international norms of fairness, transparency, and due process, not only in her appeal, but in the prosecutions of other opposition leaders in Ukraine.
Українські канадці в цей спосіб зможуть допомогти змінити ситуацію і відіграти незмінну роль в найближчі місяці, допомагаючи визначити, чи вибори в Україні можуть бути вільними і чесними.
It's because of all of you here that the honor and the character of Ukraine is maintained because you convey that to us and we've conveyed that. Minister, thank you so much for conveying that into action as did the Prime Minister and Minister Baird. So we're exceedingly grateful for this announcement today because it's going to bolster democracy in Ukraine. It's going to bolster the electoral process there, and it's very important that Canada makes that contribution.
Президент Конгресу українців Канади Павло Грот заявив, що дана місія буде такою ж важливою для майбутнього встановлення демократії і прав людини в Україні, як і історична місія під час президентських виборів 2004 року.
On behalf of the Ukrainian and Canadian community, I commend the decision by the Government of Canada to send 500 election observers to Ukraine for this fall's parliamentary elections, including a record 75 long-term observers to be deployed through Canadem and the OSCE. Ensuring a free and fair election is critical to Ukraine's development as a democracy, and we are proud that Canadian election observers will monitor these elections to ensure the will of the Ukrainian people is heard.
Minister, we have a question here from Ukrainian Weekly.
Minister, could you please tell us what plan Canada has in place in case there is a falsification of the election, as many expect there will be, and has that plan or that strategy been conveyed to the President of Ukraine?
I hope that this announcement and the size of this election mission will be noticed in Ukraine, and it will hopefully reinforce the idea that the eyes of the world will be on Ukraine as it approaches the October elections. Look, we as Canadians cannot interfere. We can't guarantee the conduct of those elections, but we can be there as honest brokers to report if there's malfeasance, if there is fraud, and indeed, we will speak clearly if we see any indications of those practices. Thank you very much, folks. I appreciate it.